Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the JChains Crypto Show. It is 4 p.m., so that's what's time. We're going to be getting into some news, some numbers, all sorts of stuff. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure that while you are filing in, while you're taking your seat here at the live stream, that you go ahead and smash the like if you're watching on YouTube, and you hit the heart, as we like to say, over on X. So appreciate you guys being here. It is Taco Tuesday. Hopefully someone's having something in a tortilla tonight. Some kind of, I don't know if we were going to do tofu tacos. No, we were going to do shredded chicken tacos. Shredded chicken tacos. We're having that for dinner tonight, as far as I remember from this morning before I left the house. So shout out to you guys here. I see some people in the chat before we joined us. We got Morehouse, Enrique Suave, Mike Lau. We got Brian. We got everybody over in there. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. All right. There was something I wanted to. So before AJ left today, him and I were chatting for a little while, and he was telling me, he was going through some things, and he's got a couple setups of some coins that are on the verge of a breakout. And that's exciting. And so we'll take a look at that. And I was like, you know what, this is absolute perfect. Like, I know, we're getting ready to, if you guys watched the stream today with Ben, Crypto Face was on there, kind of doom and gloom, talking about, really the opportunity to go much, much lower. Actually, we're going to look at an article. It's in Forbes today, and I really think it's a FUD article, to be perfectly honest with you. I do. Talking about a 50% drawdown on Bitcoin. Now, from what standpoint, is the basis, is that 50% down? We'll have to take a look at when we look at the article. But the whole idea of us, the bull run being over for crypto, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I know there's several people that agree that it's not, we're not breaking the 4-year cycle right now. That's not what's going to happen. And so, with that being said, I would expect to see, some volatility over the next couple of weeks. And then once we get to Pumptober, baby, that's the goal. And so, as you guys know, recently I sold the Mutant. So I want to put together a sample portfolio. And I think I want to do this like over the course of the, maybe like the rest of this week. So we're going to be watching some of these coins. And so when we get to the numbers section, we get to like coin market cap and we start looking at cryptos and stuff. I got a little notepad here for myself. And we are going to be writing down, I'm going to be writing down a list of the 10 coins that potentially are going to be added to the portfolio. Again, so we're going to build a 5K portfolio, and then we'll keep a K, 1,000, probably $1,000 in dry powder. So I think ultimately the end goal is take the 10 coins, bring it down to 3. We'll do 2,000 of each one of those. 2, 4, 6. No, we'll do. I don't know. We'll figure this out how I want to break this up. So I do want to keep a little dry powder with it. So I don't know. I'll figure out the breakdown of how it's all going to look and how many coins we have. But I think it's probably going to be about 3. Maybe we'll do 2. Maybe we'll be 3. I'm not really sure, but somewhere in that number. And so I'm going to build that this week. So once we get to the numbers section at the end of the show today, after we get through the news, we're going to start looking at the 10 coins that we want to really kind of filter through. So that's what we'll be doing. So if you guys got suggestions when we I didn't listen to anyone even watching minutes outlook today, exactly what I see in the charts as well. I mean, definitely, I don't know. I mean, he was talking like some low numbers, but in Crypto Face's defense, like, he is a trader, and like what he was saying was, if things were to go down that low, I mean, the margin that he would get on the size trades that he gets, on say a couple $100 swing is much better in that range than it is where we are currently, he was saying. And so I understand that from the trader's perspective. I mean, those guys really can make money anyway, down market and up market, if you know what you're doing. And so, with that being said, I think the writing is on the wall that we are going to see, definitely a little bit more downward action. I mean, the charts definitely don't look promising. I mean, maybe a pump here in the future, but that's why, I want to take the next couple days to go through this. This isn't something I'd be like, fuck, we got to buy this right now. I want to do this, kind of a little bit more methodically. And if we lose a couple percent because, we're doing it the right way, so be it. Like, I'm not going to worry about that, because we know where the maximum potential is later on. Again, if it pumps 3 or 4%, like some things did today, or maybe a little bit more, like it's not a big deal. So Beam and IMX. You know what? I still hold my Beam. I still hold my IMX. I'm not getting rid of those. They're actually, I think I need to no, they're both in cold storage. So they are in cold storage for the entire bull run. So I am hanging on to that. I'm going to be doing some of my major portfolio. I'm going to be doing some shifting around here pretty soon, I think, as well. And then obviously, we're getting ready for the big dog action, man. I'll tell you what, if you've never experienced a bull run, baby, get ready. It's going to be fun. And then I do want to make sure that we also, when we look at the coins, when we look at this, I want to have, so say we take 3 coins. I want to have one, a decent high cap that we add. I want to have something that's just a little bit riskier as well. And it doesn't need to be a meme coin. It could be. It doesn't need to be. But I think that it's definitely something worth taking a look at, and maybe putting. So say we do 2,000, 2,000, 1,000, and we do 1,000 in the riskier play. So it's not as much. We got 50% less risk on the table, but obviously the potential ROI on that could be a little bit greater. And so we'll do that. So maybe that's something we do. We'll figure that out. But that will work on. So I think the goal is to, because I don't do the show on Friday. So if we don't have our 3 picks by Thursday, we'll have to figure it out. But I'm confident that we can get that done. Yeah. So just keep dropping them, baby. I do like near. There's a couple. I probably want to get. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some of that. The fetch or the AG or the what is it now? ASI. Even though they don't anyway. I definitely want to get some of that. Jazz me thinking about that, but we'll go through all that stuff at the end of when we get through to that side. All right, let's just do a little bit of quick house cleaning, guys. Make sure. Let's see here. We want to go here. No. That one's better. All right, guys, make sure if you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you're going to want to do that. So make sure you go to YouTube. You can go to @JChains. I have secured the vanity plate there. So make sure you subscribe over on the YouTube. Greatly appreciated. Building the channel there. Got a couple things in the works. Going to be doing a lot more video content and the really just, hitting some milestones there as far as channel growth. So appreciate y'all for the follow and the sub there. And then... if you are not following yet on X, man, what are you doing? Crypto JChains. Make sure, also, most importantly, make sure you follow the Web3 Breakfast account. You're going to want to do that because now we're running the Web3 Breakfast show every morning on the Web3 Breakfast account, at least Tuesday through Friday. On Mondays, I'm the voice of the Crypto Mag account, and then Mr. Dude is behind the Web3 Breakfast account. But we run that from the Crypto Mag account on Mondays. That's part of our new partnership, the Web3 Breakfast Crypto Market Monday morning updates brought to you by Web3 Breakfast, powered by Crypto Mag. And then, obviously, you're going to want to make sure that you look at like the pin post when you come here. So tomorrow, we've now got a pretty solid theme for every day of the week on the Web3 Breakfast Show. So tomorrow is Web3 Gaming Wednesday. We've brought that back by popular demand, by community request. So we're going to be talking about Star Atlas. I reached out to Ardo, Final Frontier, as you know, the commander. They are in charge of one of the guilds there. And so one of the largest, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there over on the Star Atlas ecosystem. And so we heard today on the morning show that they've got something update recently. I think it had to do with character packs, something like that. And so we're going to talk about Star Atlas. We'll talk about any kind of Web3 gaming action there is, to be honest with you, because I know that there's a lot of things going on. People have said Web3 gaming is coming back. And so, hey, let's do it. I also want to talk about karate combat, because when you guys like to talk about gaming, I get it. It requires a controller and all that kind of fun stuff. When I talk about gaming, I think karate combat. I would love to have that conversation to see if you guys consider karate combat to be Web3 gaming, because of the action, the up-only gaming ecosystem that they've got, where in the app you can use the karate token, you can wager on the fights, and you never lose anything. You can win like a small percentage if you guess right, or if you pick right, you'll get a little bit more percentage of coins back. but you never lose anything. So very, very cool. I would consider that Web3 gaming, but I think tomorrow would be a great time to have that conversation with some of the Web3 crew that's in the Web3 breakfast community. So we'll be talking about that. Plus, obviously, I said you wanted to follow the Web3 breakfast account. Well, yeah, you obviously want to do that, but you also make sure you follow the Gotti token account, because we do the giveaway every single day, every Monday through Friday. Now that's $200 every Monday through Thursday, $500 on Friday. So we're giving away $1,300 a week in Gotti token, plus burning the equal amount that we give away every single day. So shout out to MKid, the Gotti team, and the Gotti community. So make sure you are tuned in to Web3 Breakfast every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Love seeing you guys there. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's resize this. This was in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I thought this was a FUD article, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that this is a FUD article coming out of the Forbes press. Billy Bambro, he's a name that you see all the time on these articles. Credible guy as far as writing goes. But let's see, what does he have to say here? Bitcoin has bounced back from a price crash. We do know that. It was down into the 53s. Now it's down up into 57s. We'll look at numbers at the end of the day, or at the end of the show here. The Bitcoin price climbed back up towards 60,000. That's what I was just saying. Now as traders search for signs, the market could be headed for recovery. Analysts with the world's largest asset manager and Bitcoin spot exchange traded fund issuer BlackRock have warned that they see more volatility flare-ups ahead, and predicted the Fed won't cut rates as quickly as markets expect. That's funny. That was also something that Crypto Face said this morning. And so if you missed it, one of the things that he was talking about was the rate cut, right? And so say we do get either way that you slice and dice it, right? I think what is it? We're at like 7 or 8% for interest, right? And so if they cut it, 25 or 50. Say they do cut at 50, that still is like nowhere near where things would need to be to really bring people back to buying homes and to borrowing money again. And it makes a ton of sense. There was another, is it the rest of this article where it says something along that same point where it's just, let's see, here's a quote. We see multiple factors driving market volatility, resurgent recession fears due to some softer economic data, pre-U.S. election jitters, and profit taking as investors make room for new stock issues. That came from someone at BlackRock. Yeah, okay, so here it is. This is what makes an absolute ton of sense to me. An absolute ton of sense to me. Let me pull this up. Sorry, I didn't realize that you guys couldn't see that. But even as inflation is falling toward the Fed's target in the near term, higher inflation over the medium term will limit how far the Fed can cut rates, we think, Bovin wrote. He was the guy that I was telling you who's with BlackRock. Growth jitters and cooling inflation have driven 10-year yields to 15-month lows as investors have priced in more than 100 basis points of cuts by the year end and about 240 basis points cuts over the next 12 months, implying a Fed response to a recession. That's something we got to be paying attention to, because again, and it makes so much more sense when I heard Crypto Face said that, and then I read this and I was like, oh shit, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we're excited, and anytime that they start cutting rates, that's great for crypto, and I get it. Start running the printer, or at least starting announcing that it's back on or whatever. But the whole idea of that they were pumped so high, we need to see a bigger retracement. We need to see it come back down to where, it was several years ago. And I think, if you start to think about, let's take 240 basis points off of where we're at right now, that's when I think you will really start to see people borrow money again. You'll see the housing market maybe shift back into what it was, several years ago. But there were writings on the wall. Everybody knew it, the housing market needed to cool off, all that kind of shit. But there you go. That to me was, when I read that, I was like, aha, that makes a ton of sense. And what Crypto Face said it earlier today really started driving home about people's ability to start borrowing money at a much better rate than 7.5% versus 8%. Get it back down to 4%, 4.5%, 5%, whatever. All right. The next article. Crypto-related fraud jumped by 45% last year, and this is from the FBI. Victims reported more than $5.6 billion in fraud related to crypto in 2023, a 45% increase from losses reported in 2022. Damn. It's the first time the FBI has published a report explicitly focused on crypto-related fraud from a larger set of annual fraud data. Crypto-related fraud was close to a half of the record $12.5 billion in losses from online fraud reported to the FBI last year. Very interesting. Many victims have accumulated massive debt to cover losses from these fraudulent investments. A continuing threat to the American public. This is a if the Bitcoin dropping by 50% on Forbes. Let's look at that headline again. Bring this one up. Here we go. Crypto braces for a 50% Bitcoin price crash. And then crypto-related fraud jumped by 45%. They're just trying to scare people. Crypto's going to go up soon. No, there's no doubt about it. That's what these articles are all about, to get you scared. Try to get you scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Here we go for some Web3 gaming. This is, again, in anticipation of our Web3 gaming show tomorrow, which make sure that you guys tap in. You could go to the Web3 Breakfast account right now, like I had mentioned, and you can actually even look at the pin post. That's the one that's got the qualifications. If you want to try to win the Gotti, you can take advantage of that now, today, so you don't have to deal with it in the morning. I will remind you several times throughout the show, but with that, what you can do is, even if you want to do the tagging and the retweeting and all that stuff to qualify, what you can still do is, watch this. I'll show you this really quick. Like right here, you click this xbase.next.com thing, and then boom, look at that. Well, I already set a reminder, but that's what you can do right there. And then you set yourself a reminder, and then boom, when the show starts, hee-haw, you be tapping in, talking Web3 gaming. So make sure you guys tap in. But let's talk about this this article right here. Ethereum mech shooter Metalcore launching open beta on Epic Games Store. I had seen something else. I think it was actually from Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea might have said something to the effect, and we can look at her Twitter account a little bit. I think it was to the effect of something to do with the Epic Game Store, if I'm not mistaken. She made the announcement. Let's see here. We'll go to Iggy Azalea. Motherlands and Rodeo in Singapore is sold out. I think that you get a chance to win a Lambo for whoever does the rides the thing the longest. Where did I see this? It was like she was making some announcement about something. Anyway, I can't figure it out. We'll go back to the gaming article here. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry, folks. Here's an article, again, about a Web3 game. After 6 months of closed beta tests, immutable ZK EVM game Metalcore opening its doors to the public in the Epic Games Store. Metalcore is the name of the game. The Ethereum-based game, which is built on a Layer 2 scaling network, upgraded to Unreal 5 engine with a handful of new features. Whew, gotta love that. The shooter, which gave off a Titanfall meets Destiny vibe when they played it first, previewed last year. They spent 6 months in various closed beta phases. Studio 369, the developer behind the game, is now opening its doors for anyone to test the game out. Hopefully, we can get someone in the Web3 Breakfast chat group to get this squared away and do the test, and then we can do like a little review. So I will DM you guys, and let's see who's on for this. Metalpunk Rhapsody will introduce the game's new season format, which will extend to the last 4 weeks. In turn, seasonal rewards will be granted to players with limited time prizes for those who climb the ranks. There you go. Here's a tweet. Here we go. Season 1, Metalpunk's Rhapsody. After 3 thrilling closed beta phases, Metalcore opens to the public on September 12th. That reminds me, when I will say it again, because we'll have probably some more people in by the time we get there. September 12th is also the day of the Squid Grow migration, moving from multi-chain, they're on BNB and Ethereum, to Ethereum only, shrinking the supply to 1 billion. So currently, for every 2 million you've got, you will get one new token, and this will just be on Ethereum. And then don't forget, Silent Swap's going to be coming out very soon. We talked about this yesterday. We can talk about it later this week as well. But you're going to want to make sure that you go to silentswap.com and you can sign up to get the early beta, the early test groups. So you can get in there and do that, take care of that. And I still got to get in touch with Tina and get a little bit more information about what's going to be happening on the 12th. And, I know it's just going to be a small amount of gas for you to claim whatever the swap is for you, if you're going from the BNB or if you're just going from ETH to the new ETH contract. So, Ellie Squid, yeah, we were both sponsored by Squid Grow for our fights when we fought for Karate Combat, which we were going to be talking about that at some point, I think. Maybe tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow on the show, when we talk about gaming, we'll be talking about Karate Combat as well. Because again, I think that's pretty solid Web3 gaming, if I don't say so. All right, here's our next article. I thought this one was a fun one. Anytime you see big names, like big names that everybody in the world knows, when you have stuff like that, and we bring somehow into the space. Very, very big stuff. So PayPal, Venmo, obviously, both of those apps you can get crypto on. One of them has more offerings than the other. I don't exactly know. I don't use it as an on and off ramp. On PayPal, I have a business account, and for whatever reason, they've banned business accounts from being able to do crypto stuff. And so I don't care enough to start a new account so that I can do crypto stuff in PayPal. So joke's on them. PayPal, Venmo to accept ENS's human-readable blockchain names. This article came out earlier this morning, which, by the way, speaking of today, shout out to my mother. Happy birthday. If you guys tuned into Web3 Breakfast, you know that we got to sing happy birthday, not only to my mother, but also Mr. Dude. Happy birthday to my co-host of the morning show, Mr. Dude. Got the double birthday. So Mama Chains and Mr. Dude, happy birthday from the afternoon crew. ENS Labs, the main developer firm behind the domain name protocol Ethereum Name Services, has integrated its solution into the giant payment platforms PayPal and Venmo, the company shared on Tuesday. According to a press release shared with CoinDesk, users can now use their ENS names when transferring crypto on those platforms, allowing them to reduce the risk of transferring their assets to the wrong crypto address. Hey, that's fantastic. With the integration, PayPal and Venmo users will be able to enter a user's ENS address when transferring crypto, and both payment platforms will be able to identify the wallet address associated with the ENS name. That's fantastic. We're excited to bring ENS naming capabilities directly into the hands of millions of users through Venmo, PayPal Mobile, and PayPal Web, and Corey Whitaker, Executive Director of ENS Labs, in the press release. As the world of digital assets become more and more mainstream, our goal is to ensure managing those assets is as intuitive and user-friendly as possible. And I love that. And I think that stuff's super important. And, ease of use to onboard people, or you guys know how I feel about onboarding. The word onboarding is so stupid. This isn't a job at McDonald's and there's no videos to watch. But what we do is, to bring, to invite people into our space, right? I think that's probably the more appropriate term. Invite people into the Web3 and blockchain space so that they can start to learn. And, we don't really want to bring them in right away. And so obviously people will make mistakes. That's all part of it, right? We talked about the cost of the education, right? You don't go to crypto college. You just start doing crypto, and sometimes you make a mistake, or you get hacked, you get phished, you get wallet drained, and it sucks, right? It's all just part of the learning process, though. And usually in most cases, in some way, shape, or form, somebody has some kind of experience. Everybody has some kind of experience like that. I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, but anyway. 1 hour double top right now, unless we break 58. We got a few more articles, and then we're gonna look at some numbers. I'm very excited about this. I think, again, when we talk about this in a lot of different shows, and the whole idea of mass adoption of crypto, when we do stuff like this, PayPal and Venmo, ENS, like this is for the retail, right? Retail's not coming into the space until the government says it's okay, because it looks like how all the things are shifting, the strategic reserves, all the ETF. So we've got, the acceptance of crypto from, at least from the governmental level. Now they're trying to figure out their role in this. Institutionally, they're ready to roll. Once the governments have figured it out, that's when the sheeple will start to participate in a little bit more, right? But I think in the interim, setting all these things up so that it is easy to use, right? All the learning curves that we went through were very painful for a lot of people because it is so different. But if we can integrate things that make it a lot easier, so you go stop here and you get your vanity plate, right? You get your ENS name. And so you start to you get into the ecosystem, and now you can use these apps and you can send and receive transactions easily. So you start to participate more, you start to learn more, you start to develop more of an understanding of this, right? And so the whole thing, the trade-off initially to bring people into our ecosystem of having to, and again, we talk about this, the trading off the conveniences, the privacy, security, all that stuff for this convenience, right? For this ease of use. And so with that being said, we do this and we centralize some of these things so that we can appeal to the masses. And then inherently, people that want to take the next step, like most of us, when we first got in, we used a centralized exchange and we used, no DeFi applications and stuff. And one, maybe because they weren't really readily available. There were some, man. What was it called? Like Ether Delta or Ether Delta. I think that was one of the first decentralized exchanges that we were able to use. And then that got shut down. And then it went to Fork Delta. I remember that. And then from there, I think we started to get some of the ones that we've got now. Which is really interesting. But so the whole point of all of that was, you have to bring people in a very easy to use way. We've always said, when you talk about the mass adoption, what is it? Is it we got to hit this critical mass? That's it? No, that's not it at all. The whole idea is we have to be using the tech and we have to be using blockchain and crypto and all of its offerings with really kind of not having to understand it, right? Like with the internet, like at first, I think people, it was that same kind of thing. Like, I don't understand how this works, but now, right, you just expect it to work. It just works. You open your computer and it works. And if it doesn't work, you're like, what the fuck is wrong? That's where this tech is going. And we're all in the rocky phase of the R&D and what's going to throw shit at the wall, what's going to stick, what's not, what's going to work, what's going to not work. And so again, while we talk about centralization and decentralization, I love stuff like this because this makes it easier for people to use. And then again, obviously, because I am been in the space for many years, I do love decentralization. And so it just gives people that opportunity to get in here. And then if you are blockchain and decentralized, decentralization curious, you can take the next step and you can, move on to the next level. So that was more of a little rant there. I didn't even realize that was going to happen. Thank you. With all that being said, make sure that you guys fly clear. You don't want to wait in line. Trade that security and privacy for convenience. North Carolina says no to CBDC. Is this like a new thing? Let's see. CBDC. North Carolina. 13 hours ago. North Carolina Senate overrides governor veto. Passes bill banning CBDC. All right, I'll add that in here as our last article of the day. I think we got just a couple more. Where is this? Here it is. All right, Pump.fun. We talked this about a little bit yesterday. We don't have to really go too much into it. Pump.fun, dead skis. They send pretty much the keys to the castle to a null wallet. There'll be no resurrecting it. I saw a thread guy post something about it. He had like 50K of like friend tech keys or whatever that he never sold. And I think a lot of people took a big L on that, but that's it. Pump.fun. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm a moron. I am absolutely a moron. I'm thinking friend tech. This is Pump.fun. Excuse me. That was just an absolute brain fart. Pump Fund's rapid rise sparks debate over meme coins' impact on the crypto industry. Sheesh. Man, I was talking about the wrong thing. Let's get rid of this. Reject all. Solana based. So let me just say this again. My apologies. We're talking about Pump.fun, not FriendTech. Solana-based token launchpad Pump.fun is the fastest growing crypto app of all time, which some see as a sign of the value of meme coins. However, you get hit with an ad sometimes. However, not everyone agrees. The conversation around meme coins has been especially heated leading up to the second U.S. presidential debate slated for September 10th, as major news events tend to fertile ground for launching these tokens. And I think, that's a really good point. And, really before we even get into this article, that's like a really good point in a narrative that a lot of people talk about. You think there's I don't know what the percentage of the breakdown of degens versus professional people in the ecosystem are, right? And I would say that you've got a lot more of the traditional finance people in our crypto ecosystem that, for the most part, probably don't like the meme coin thing. There are some that probably love it, right? It is degen. It is, even if you are professional, even though you're a pro, you're allowed to be a degen, right? Like it's totally cool. I'm not saying that they have to be mutually exclusive, but what I am saying is that it does, in some way, shape, or form, paint a negative picture on crypto as a whole, when what pops up is some obscene crypto token name because of some political event, or obviously the Trump and the Kamala ones, or all sorts of things that, as the political scene heats up, as things are said or come out, those will inherently become coins. I agree that it is what it is. That's just where we are. At some point, I feel like that cycle will wear off. It usually does, right? It's just part of the game. There's, since meme coins have come into play, right? They usually have their little time in the sun, and then people take their profits and move that into, the larger caps and more of the, the mainstream. Yeah, that's a stupid word to use, but the say the top 250 or top 300 or whatever, by market cap kind of coins. And then, from there, it's hopefully, if the whole cycle ends up being, the cyclical thing, meme coins will have their time again. If not, this potentially could be it. If some things line up and, the meme coin ecosystem is just kind of phased out. Who knows? And I don't mean all of them, right? There are some, again, and there's also this conversation about the culture coins and all that stuff. And I get it. So I'm not saying that every meme coin that is to market is going away. That's not what I mean. So don't mince my words, man. Anyway, what does this thing say? Anything different? Platform took $100 million in revenue in just 217 days. Pumptober fund has stirred controversy. While some people view meme coins as harmless fun over a viable sector for growth for an industry largely devoid of obvious use cases, others see this potentially pointless tokens as value extractive. There's no arguing that. That is absolutely true. But when there's no one else using the ecosystem, if it's just us all playing trade coins with each other and see who ends up with the most liquidity, that's just what's happening. So hopefully some people win. Some people are going to lose. And hopefully the people that we know are the ones who win. But that's just how it goes. I do a good job of mincing my own words. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate you. All right. We can talk about this tomorrow. I got another article about Web3 gaming. Let's see. This one right here. But we'll talk about this tomorrow. How about this? Arbitrum goes big with Web3 gaming showcase at WebEx Asia. Let's talk about more gaming stuff tomorrow. We got to start moving into we got to get into the numbers here in just a second. We got two or just a couple more articles, three more, it looks like. Healthcare projects are leading the pack in decentralized finance. DeSci, this is something we haven't really talked about in a while. I think it's very important. I think, decentralized science is an absolute massive thing and untapped potential for what blockchain can do with science and medicine and all that kind of stuff. And I think there was a big, where the heck was I? I was at some conference and I ran into Doug Hype. And this was before all the karate combat started. This was, man, I cannot remember where we were. And he was there with a whole bunch of people that were in the DeSci world. And it was just so fascinating to learn about all the things that they talk about. And, we're kind of exploring, and, some of it's speculative or far out there, but it's still, if you can think it, you can dream it. There's, far potential for it to happen. and that was wild. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Dougie Doug is available in the morning. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Corey. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. I see we got a number of people watching over on YouTube. I'm gonna check my stats here real quick because I know my YouTube people, man. Like I usually don't even we checked it up yesterday and it ended up correcting itself being 100%. And I'm just gonna do it again right now just to see. Yep, we got more likes than viewers on YouTube. You guys are rock stars. I appreciate you. You know what? This is a good time. And then we'll get back into the articles here. Nice little breakup. Now here's something that we can do is I'm going to show you guys if you are watching over on like X, right? Because I'm showing that there's well over 100 people watching, about 130 people watching, and only 9 likes, and that's weird. Y'all should be liking the shit out of this stuff. And so I'm just going to do a quick tutorial if you guys don't mind on how to do this. We do this every now and then when I feel like you guys need a little assistance here. So, all right. So here's what you're doing. You're sitting here watching your phone. You got it in the this landscape mode and you're like, cool, man. This show is great, man. I freaking love it. Ooh, there he is. There's JChains. He just full screen. There's a little delay on it. That's no problem. All right. But here, look at this. Like this. Just like if you're making a phone call, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then right here, you can hit that little heart. There, right there. See how it turns red? Right there. Boom. And then you go bada boom, bada bing, back to watching the video. It's that easy. I appreciate it. So thank you so much for tapping the heart. That's when I say you guys could smash the like on YouTube. They know what I'm doing. Remember, I got over 100% viewer to like ratio there. But over on X, we got some work to do. So when I say hit the heart, it's just that easy. Just turn the phone, hit the heart, turn the phone back. Love it. Love it. Love it. Here we go. What's up with this DSci article? Let's bring this back up. Actually, this is the one that I want. There we go. Medicine is leading the charge towards decentralized science. Here is why. Alex Dobrin, awareness steward at Vita DAO, a decentralized collective working to extend human lifespans, told Cointelegraph this is at least in part because the time and cost of bringing new drugs to market is motivating people to take science and drug discovery into their own hands. He said a growing sense that biomedical research and development is failing patients. I would tell you, my recent experience with a doctor was absolute trash. I am done with doctors. I will try everything other than going to see a doctor because they are idiots. Their staffs are idiots. They're whatever. The nicest person that I talked to was the on-call lady who I finally got a hold of after hours, who basically was in tears when she heard the story of how bad I was being treated by this doctor. Fuck them. Fuck doctors. If you're a good doctor, good for you. I appreciate you. If you're whatever this jerk-off doctor is here in Woodstock, Georgia, he can go fuck himself. Anyway. Let's see. The medical profession known as Irum's Law. This is a reversal of the more commonly known Moore's Law. I don't know anything about this stuff, guys. I just thought DSci would be great. There you go. Corey, you're right. I'm mincing words right now. I'm done mincing words. Okay. Here is all right. We did talk about the North Carolina CBDC thing that was in the chat, guys. Thank you for letting me know that. That's a great article. Make sure you read that one. The last one that I got lined up here, and this time's up with what we're going to be doing for the other rest of the show when we look through our coins. Remember, we're trying to find 10 coins that we are going to weed down to 3 that we are going to buy for our portfolio. We're going to build a $5,000 portfolio this week, and then we will track that over the next, I don't know, several months, see how it does. So we're going to build that up. I think the goal is to have that locked in by the end of the show on Thursday, because typically I don't do the 4 o'clock on Friday because, as you guys know, it's pizza day, and usually, by the mid afternoon, it's time to get out of here and go get some pizza. So. But this article right here, I was reading this today. I was like, ooh, 5 altcoins, buy them in September for the Pumptober and beyond returns. And I was like, all right, let's see what they got here. What do they got here? I saw the list. Luck Hunter. I was like, what the fuck is that? What is Luck Hunter? Anyway, the rest of the list: Solana, Ondo, Tether, and Compound. Okay. First off, if you're trying to 1000x gains, why are you buying a fucking stablecoin? So that's ridiculous, right? Solana, Ondo, Compound, sure, those are great picks. Solana and Ondo for sure. Like Ondo, here's the problem: is that I don't want to buy any more of it because I have a huge bag of it. I want to get something different, right? And so that is not going to make this portfolio, unfortunately. Now we can, if anybody wants to build a case and debate and talk about it, we can. I'm more than willing to have some guests on the show tomorrow. If you guys want to have a conversation about this, just slide into the DMs. We can have a panel up here on the live stream if you guys want. But we look at the, some of this this other baloney here, this Luck Hunter thing, and I was reading this. I was like, man, this has got to be a sponsored article, right? And that's the one thing, anytime that I see this kind of stuff, I just want to make sure that I point it out because not everybody pays attention to this kind of stuff. And so someone might just go buy this Luck Hunter thinking like, holy shit, this is the number one 1000x gainer for me, right? And you read this thing and you get all excited, casino, all this stuff, and like, oh my God, it's in the same article as Solana, Ondo, Tether. I don't know why that one's in there, but holy shit, that's got such a huge market cap. And then Compound, yeah, great. What you need to do is, after all the bullshit, that you scroll down to the end. And this is like one of the most important things that you need to understand. This is a sponsored article. Opinions expressed are solely those of the sponsor, and readers should conduct their own due diligence before taking any action based on information presented in this article. So that being said, this pick right here, Luck Hunter, that's a paid article by Luck Hunter. Luck Hunter is the one who bought this article because there is no reason for them to be in a list with some heavyweights. Just to let you know. Gotti could definitely be on my list. Got to start working to get down to 200 soon, right? Are you talking to me? Yeah, well, definitely. Until I can get rid of this, that's the thing. I got to get rid of this this hip issue. So I have like an absolute, and I have to remember what the diagnosis of my MRI was, but it's like one of my discs is just like absolutely toast. Two of them are really bad, and then one of them is like absolutely toast, where it's like it's like out, right? Complete hernia, or not a herniated disc, I believe is what it is. And so that, and then some other nerves that are pinched and shit. And so like, man, I can't really like train and do all the things that I need to do until this is done. And so again, I'm done with doctors, so I'm gonna try to do this thing a different way. I'm gonna do some I'm gonna go see a massage therapist and see if it's something, because like I sometimes feel like muscles spasming in my back, or like weird things like in other spots. And so I know it's gonna be so weird that this is like my sciatic where it's happening, but it's gonna be like up here on my neck on this side or whatever. It's gonna be some weird thing like that it's gonna be like done. So I'm going to try that. If that doesn't work, then I will try a chiropractor. I will also try, what's the needle thing called? I can't think of it. You guys know what it is. You guys know what I can't think of the needle thing. Stupid ass words like feng shui are popping in my mind. I cannot. Anyway, acupuncture. It was going to kill me if I couldn't get it. I'll try stuff like that. And so those are the next moves. Glitter Queen Jada, she was here today. We were talking about that this afternoon, about acupuncture and how, I think she had a friend who didn't believe it. And that's my whole thing, is like, I don't know if I can believe it, but she said, here's the deal. It's kind of like tapping into the nerves. It's old ancient Chinese medicine. And, there's, whether it's voodoo or science or whatever, but there's something behind it, and it seems to be effective. That's why they've been doing it for so long. So I will be willing to try a lot of things. I have, if I need to go get, the last thing that I got from the MRI thing was like the go ahead, like, I'm good to, if I want to take it to the next step, which is the epidural steroid shot, I could do that. Or, if it's I do not want to get surgery, and so that I will do absolutely everything I can possibly do to not have surgery. All right, thank you guys dropping the acupuncture in there. My God, the chat, y'all are the heroes in here. Maybe I need some holistic medicine advice. So I'll keep you guys posted on how things go. But the whole point is to start doing everything that I can to start getting mobile again, so I can start training again, so I can start dropping the weight, so that I can take a fight, because I really want to. I really, really, really actually wanted. I did everything I could to try to like get myself ready to go to Singapore to take this boxing match. Even on just a few weeks' notice, I would have absolutely done it. But man, I just don't feel well enough to say that it's possible, unless there's a miracle over the next couple days. I think it's just out of the cards, which is fine. Like, I don't really want to go hurt myself more and then have a longer heal time to get back into the karate combat pit, because that's ultimately what I want to do, is get back into the pit. That's where it's at. So there we go. I know. Well, Morhat, so I did so I've got an actual it's very similar to like what those softballs would do, but it's like a deep tissue massager. And so I was doing that, and it almost like made it worse. Anywho, let's talk about this. Fear, let's refresh just in case. Fear and greed index over on CoinStats. You guys know I love the juice. I love the drama. They are way, 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 way more dramatic than CoinMarketCap is. And so, as you can see right here, showing at 33. Yesterday was 26. Last week, 27. Today, 33. You will notice a big difference when we go to CoinMarketCap. I'll tell you that. Let's share this tab instead. As you can see, 47 on CoinMarketCap. A little different. That's why I like to show you the CoinStats one. I feel like it's a little bit more accurate. I feel like this is we're still like plenty of opportunity to buy. Remember, I've got a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins that AJ was charting, ready to break out. We may add those to our list of 10. We'll see, of things that we want to put in this portfolio. Now, remember, we don't have to sit there and hold these coins forever. We can, if something goes on a major run, we could sell some of it and put those profits into something else, start building other positions. So, we'll start playing around with that. So let's get into this. Here we go. CoinMarketCap, market's up a little bit over 1% today, which is nice. It's nice to see things going up. Bitcoin hanging out in the 57s. Holy smokes. Almost 58,000. That's nice to see. Where did it get to in the last 24? Looks like 57.9. We'll take a look at TradingView, and we can get the actual number that it gets on whatever. If we got like a wick or something, say on a Femex or a whatnot, we'll get a true number. Go back here really quick. All right, so we got Bitcoin 57.8. We got Ethereum at 23.9. We'll see if we can get back up over 2,400. Although I don't really know, if this is going to be sustained, any of these levels, or if they are going to go back down in the next couple of days before we go back up. That's why, again, I'm really taking my time to assess where I want to allocate this capital, because the whole point is to try to maximize this. Remember, selling the mutant, the goal was to do more damage than just to sit on the mutant. And so we've got to be cognizant of what we're doing here. So you got Solana 136, XRP 54 cents, Toncoin 546. That may be one that we throw some in, still way down from before the Pavlo arrest. There's been no reason for it to go back up. And so that may be something that we throw a couple shekels into. Some chicken, as Marshawn Lynch says. We throw some chicken in there. Have your chicken in your mentals. Take care of them chicken. Take care of them mentals, baby. Chainlink. I love Chainlink, man. I'll probably add some to the Chainlink bag, although this is going to be a totally separate portfolio. All right, there is that. Let's look and see we got any opportunities on the 24-hour. And what about on that 1 hour Popcat? That's one. When we get started doing some trading again, which is going to be very soon, that is something that I have seen from AJ. If you guys are traders, look at Popcat. It is very, very volatile in terms of like the swings are over a several day period, but it goes high and then it goes down. And so He said it's like a trader's dream come true, that one. So he's having a lot of fun trading that. I haven't done anything, but Popcat, take a look at that one. Down to about a little over 2% today, up 11, almost 12% on the week. Let's see what's down on the 24-hour. Anything? My old friends at Gala. There you go. Sweet. How's the week? Any deals on the week? Polygon Matic. No, because they got the other one now. Yeah, there it is. Pole. There it is. Litecoin down almost 6% in the week. You got Maker. That was one of the ones that was on that paid for article by whatever. Arweave, XRP. XRP may be one to add to the bag. XRP might be one of the big dogs to do one of the 2K ads. I feel like that might be the move. So we're definitely going to have to talk about that. I don't think I want to add any Bitcoin or Ethereum now. I probably got to keep a little bit of ETH for we'll keep a little bit of ETH. Don't worry about it. I'll be able to fund the ETH for gas fees if we need anything, or whatever. But for any other ERC20s, but we'll figure that out. But the whole point is we'll get this thing locked up. Nothing really that I would want to add. That's not I think maybe stay out of the top 10. We'll see. I just don't think, it's just not going to do enough X's on a 5K portfolio to try to maximize it, say maybe to 4X or 5X it. We'd want to do something a little bit better than Bitcoin. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. All right. So I think of our 10 coins, XRP was one of them. I know what else do we have that was one of them. Solana is definitely it. Solana is there. Link is one of them. So XRP, Solana, Link. What else do we have here? Let's look at any of our gaming tokens like Beam, IMX. I don't think so. Brett on base. I got a decent sized bag of that externally. Do I want to add more and have more exposure to that? I don't know. Maybe not. Ondo, no. As got a decent sized bag of that, or a large bag of Ondo. I don't think that I want to add anything to there. What are you guys thinking? Let me go back into the chat because I know you guys dropped a few coins. Pendle, yeah, that's definitely one that I want to look at. Pendle, Pith, Injective. I saw somebody put something about Injective lately. I feel like that is something that I should definitely have some exposure to. Let's see, and then it was Fetch, or the ASI. I got to figure out when that's all going to be done. Jasmy was one that I wanted to look at. And then now in all transparency too, like I want to make sure, like, I've got a fantastic relationship with a lot of projects, obviously Squid Grow, Pussy Monster, Gotti, all those, like, those are coins that I love talking about, that I love being in the community, that I love being a part of our community. I don't necessarily know if they'll make this particular portfolio, but they absolutely may. Obviously none of those coins are on this list, but that doesn't mean that, over the next 24 hours that this list of 10 gets updated based on how things react in the market. So maybe the list of 10 is more like 15 and we still whittle it down to 3. Who knows? We'll figure it all out. But the whole point is we want to make sure that we maximize our gains. And so, looking at, let's see, I'm going to give you guys 2 of the alpha. I don't know if AJ, I don't know if AJ has given all his coins that are on the verge of breakout, but I'm going to give you guys 2, and he showed me the charts and showed me the setups on multiple time frames and stuff. So you guys should, I'm not telling you to buy these, but what I'm telling you to do is go look at the charts on these and see if you like the way that it looks, but that these things are getting ready to be on the verge of a breakout. And so I will tell you that Jasmine is one of them. And I will tell you that Cardano is one of them. And there's several other, but I don't want to ruin his work for that. But I know that he told that to me and to someone else. But there you go. Take a look at those. Take a look at those. But I'm not going to be adding Cardano to my bag. I in good conscience, unless for the sake of what do they call it? Karma, for all the shit talking I did on Cardano. Maybe I got to add to the bag. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's look at a couple of my favorite meme coins over on Dex Tools before we get out of here for the day. Obviously, you guys know, again, I was talking about Squid Grow. If you guys have been here for the whole show, had mentioned earlier, Squid Grow getting ready to migrate. They are moving their multi-chain contract. They're on Binance Smart Chain as well as the Ethereum, but they are getting ready to consolidate, migrate over to a new Ethereum only contract. And so that happens on the 12th. And so for every 2 million coins that you got, you're going to get one of the new Ethereum contract coin. So things have been ripping and roaring over the last several days. A lot of green on the chart there. Very good to see. Shout out to the Squid Grow team and Shib and the community there. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Another big ripper today. You guys know this one. Whoa, $2.42 off. But our friends over at the Gotti token, man, love to see this thing starting to take back off. The amount of burning that has been happening of the token is insane. It is something that is cool to watch and be a part of. If you guys didn't know, every morning, so we have a great relationship and partnership with the Gotti token. We got M-Kid comes and hang out with us every single day, and so the amount of coin that we give away, because we give away $200 every Monday through Thursday and $500 on Friday, so it's $1,300 a week. So whatever the equivalent of that $1,300 is in the Gotti token, every day after I send it out, I let them know how much it was, and then they burn that, and I get an NFT proving that many coins were burned. And they've been doing several other burning mechanisms, absolutely wild. So price shock is going to or supply shock is going to come into effect in a crazy way there. So if you are not exposed to Gotti, do some research. Come hang out in the morning show. Listen to M-Kid talk. Listen to him talk about the project. He's just one of those guys that doesn't need to be here, and he's got a project that it's to help the people, not the developers, right? Most of the projects that we are all a part of that invested in everything, who do you think made the most money? Like who do you think's doing all that? And so this is a project that no one has ownership of. He's got control of a lot of the wallets, but as you can see, they give a lot of coins out and then they burn a lot of coins, and so that's kind of the whole intended target of it. So make sure you guys check out Gotti. That's again one of our good friends over in the morning show. We got M-Kids. So if you want to learn specifically anything about it, if you ever got any questions, the guy, he's an open book. If you've got questions about anything, hard questions, he will answer them right there live every single day. He's not hiding behind anything. So we likes to see our friends trend up 2% today. Let's go. Let's do a couple more of those positive days in a row. Probably got to do a different time frame on this chart. Let's do the weekly. There. Well, we got to fix this one. Yikes. All right. Well, we're going to move on here. Nice to see our friends Brett Gold sitting at a 3.37% up today. All right. We don't need this one on the weekly. Obviously, it's been a rough couple weeks for a lot of projects. Let's put it on the daily so it looks a little bit nicer. There you go. Put it on the 4-hour. There we go. Looking much better. There we go. All right. It's taking a nice little turn for the upside there. Shout out to the Brett Gold team. CTO, one of my good friends, Keith Barry. He trained me a little bit for my fight. He's working on this with Doodlegenics. And then we got the guy behind the Brett Gold account also hanging out, chit-chatting, doing the thing, being the CTO. Love it. They've got some deals and partnerships in the works. Going to be doing coffee. I know they got a cannabis line and a couple other things that they're working on. So pay attention to what they got going on. Some good friends of mine in the space. All right. What do we think? What do we think? That's it, right? All right. I am going to put together a list of the 10 coins. And right now, what we've got, I got to add 2 more. And I got to decide if we want to add something that is a little bit more degen into this list. And I will finalize our list of 10. But right now, as it looks, we've got XRP, Solana, Chainlink, Pendle, Pith, Injective. You got the Fetch or the ASI, and then Jasmy. And then I got to add a few more. We'll clean this thing up, get it posted, and then tomorrow we're going to start weaning it down. So get ready. And we may talk about it a little bit on the morning show too. I assume maybe during the Chop Shop. So the Chop Shop's first couple minutes in the morning show. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Do something to make yourself better today than you were yesterday. And I tell you what, you're going to be feeling great, baby. Feeling great about that. And I know, I talk about that all the time. And I've been kind of more getting in a little more detail about it recently, but it's about just the consistency and just being consistent for yourself, right? Improve yourself. That's all you got to do. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much. Make sure, let's see what we got here. We got almost 300 people watching. For the folks watching on X, I appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit the heart. Hit the heart right now before you get out of here. But I do appreciate you being here. It does mean a lot. So we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for Web3 breakfast. Have a great night. And that's it. Look at some coins, man. Let's make some money. That's the whole point. We got to make that money.